Right, starting out, it's very important that before you move on to the nutritional section of this program, this 6 weeks program, that you go through all the videos in the mindset section first, for the simple reason that I can give you the best nutritional plan, the best training program, but if you don't have the right mental attitude, if your mindset is not with it, you're not going to stay consistent with the plans. And if you don't stay consistent with the plans, you're not going to get results. So your results will align directly with your mental attitude starting off. So if you start off with a great mental attitude, you're going to produce great results. If you start off with an okay mental attitude, you're going to produce okay results. If you start off with a bad mental attitude, you're going to produce bad results. So not only this video, but the videos to come, the videos to follow this video are very, very important. So make sure you look through them all, listen to them all, download the files, the slide files below this video and below the other videos to come, and digest all the material within the mindset section before you move onto the nutritional section. So let's get straight into this, the first video, starting out. So there's three prices to pay for effort or lack of it. There's time, there's a price for time, money, and for your mind. So I'm going to start with the prices. You'll pay the positive price, you'll pay the financial and time price, and then I'll move on to the negative time and financial price, and then I'll move on to the positive and negative psychological prices for effort or lack of it. So as you can see here, if starting out you put in 100% effort, you're going to get to where you want to get to quite quickly. So let's say this was 10 months, but you start off today and you put in 100% effort. It might take you 2 to 3 months to get to where you want to get there. And if it only takes you 2 to 3 months to get to where it is that you want to get there, you're going to save yourself money. You know what I mean? So here's this is the negative one. So I meant to change that there. That says positive. So this is the negative aspect of it. So let's say you start out and you don't put in 100% effort. You only put in, let's say, 10 to 20% effort. If you put in 10 to 20% effort, it's going to take you probably 8 to 10 months to achieve your goal. And if it takes you 8 to 10 months to achieve your goal, you're going to spend more money, as you can see. So there, the cycle or the time and financial prices you will pay for positive effort or negative effort. So if you put in 100% effort, 80 to 100% effort in the initial stage, you're going to get to where you want to get it in a quick period of time. If it doesn't take you too long to get to where you want to get there, the less money you're going to spend. On the other hand, if you put in less of an effort, say 10 to 20%, it's going to take you longer to get to where you want to get there. It takes you longer to get to where you want to get there, you're going to have to spend more money to get there. So this is the positive psychological price that you'll pay for effort and putting in 100% effort in the initial stages. So let's say your mindset, you're completely determined, you're between 80 to 100% in regards to determination, motivation. If that is your attitude starting off, if you choose to cultivate that attitude starting off, your effort will align with that. So you're going to put in 80 to 100% effort. If you put in 80 to 100% effort, you're going to make quick progress towards the goal that you want to get to. And if you make quick progress towards the goal that you want to get to, let's say you start off today, you give it 100% effort, and within 2 weeks you're down, say, 5 pounds. If you make quick progress, it's going to have a positive psychological effect on you. So your motivation levels are going to go up. And if your motivation levels go up after 2 weeks, you're going to put in more of an effort. You put in more of an effort, you make quicker progress. So you might lose another 5 pounds within another 2 weeks, which would be 10 pounds in 4 weeks. And if that happens, it's going to reinforce your mindset. So your motivation levels are going to continue to go up. That is, if you start off today with the right mental attitude, if you promise yourself to give 100% effort for the next 7 to 14 days, this is what's going to happen to you. And it's not going to become a 4 week thing, a 6 week thing, a 12 week thing. It's going to become a lifestyle change for you. Now, if you start off with a negative mental attitude, if your mental attitude is very, very weak, your effort is going to align with that. So you're going to put in very little effort. And if you put in very little effort, you're going to make very little progress, if you make progress at all. And if you don't make any progress within the initial stages, within the first 2 weeks, it's going to have a negative psychological effect on you. Your motivation levels are going to go down. And if your motivation levels go down, you're going to put in even less of an effort. If you put in even less of an effort, you're going to make even less progress. Or what can happen is you jump on the scales, you're up on the scales, and I take your measurements, or you take your own measurements, your measurements are up. And if that does happen, it's going to have more of a negative psychological effect on you. Your motivation levels are going to go down once again. That's going to affect your behaviors or your effort, and you're going to give up. So this is the way most people start off. I think 80% of people that join a gym every January promising themselves to change their body, they drop out within the first 2 months. That's simply because there's a number of different factors. You don't necessarily know what to do in regards to training and nutrition, but that can be easily found out. What it really comes down to is the mindset. They're trying to change their body by changing their actions, but by failing to change the mindset that created the body that they're trying to change, the body that they're unhappy with. And because they haven't changed the mindset in the initial stage, because they haven't gave 100% effort in the initial stages, you fail to make quick progress. As a result of failing to make quick progress, has a negative psychological effect on them. Their motivation levels go down and they give up, and they're back to hating their body. So here's what you need to do over the next 7 to 14 days. For the next 7 to 14 days, you need to give it 100% effort. So you need to follow your nutritional plan in the nutritional section of this on this website. And you need to give that 100% effort just for 7 to 14 days. Forget about 6 weeks. Just say to yourself, right, I don't give two fucks. For the next 7 to 14 days, I am going to follow this plan to the letter. I'm going to give it 100% effort. That's what you need to do. Number two, you need to recognize that you will get tempted. Don't give in to it. So you're going to get tempted. If you're used to sitting around eating crap, if you've been doing that for a long time, it's a habit, and you're trying to change the habit. And any time you try and change that habit, you're going to be met with resistance in the form of temptation. So you're going to have to recognize that you more than likely will get tempted. Not to say you definitely will, but there's a chance that you're going to get tempted. If you do, don't give in to it. If you don't give in to it and you give it 100% effort for 14 days, you're going to notice progress. And as soon as you start to notice progress, your mindset is slowly going to begin to shift, and you're no longer going to get tempted that much. Number three, recognize that friends and family members might tempt you also. Don't give in to them. Be very selfish for the next 7 to 14 days. So let's say your partner usually orders a curry a couple of nights a week, or he goes out on the weekends. He might turn around and say to you, well, you're after doing great from Monday to Friday. We'll get a curry tonight and we'll get a few drinks to celebrate your progress. Don't give in to that temptation. People might mean well, and in the reality, some friends and family members can get jealous if they're unhappy with their bodies, and they see someone close to them actually doing something to take action. A lot of people discourage them. I know family and friends and stuff like that, but friends and family members, I'm not saying yours are like that, but you do see it a lot that they try and discourage them out of jealousy. So don't give in to temptation, whether the temptation they don't mean anything by that discouragement, if they don't mean anything negative by that discouragement, or if they do mean that negative by that discouragement, don't give in to it. Number four, get rid of your bullshit excuses. Tell yourself this: my thoughts or words, that's meant to say or, says R, never mind it. My thoughts or words don't expose what I really want. My actions do. If I give up on my plan, that means I want to stay the same, overweight, out of shape, unhealthy, depressed, etc., etc. If I stick to it, that means I really want to change. So a lot of people say this and that they want this and that, and then their actions prove otherwise. They say they want to lose weight, but their actions, they eat crap, they don't do any training, they sit around, don't eat anything healthy. I know this is a kind of a tough statement to make, but it is the reality. If you really want something, you're going to do it. So if you want to eat crap and stay the same, you're going to eat crap and you're going to stay the same. If you want to change your body and change your mind, you're going to do what needs to be done in order to change your mind and your body. You know what I mean? So it's through our actions that our true desires are exposed. It's not through our thoughts, or it's not through our words, it's through our actions. So tell yourself that over the next 7 to 14 days. Now, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. If you put in 100% effort over the next 7 to 14 days, you're going to make quick progress. If you make quick progress, your motivation is going to increase. If your motivation increases, you will put in more of an effort. So let's say the first 2 weeks you put in 100% effort. In 2 weeks' time, you jump on the scales. You're down on the scales. You take your measurements are down. As a result of that happening, your motivation is going to increase. So if your motivation increases, you're going to say to yourself, if I've done this within just 2 weeks. What would happen if I put in more of an effort for the next 2 weeks? So that's the type of thought process that's going to happen. So once that does happen, your motivation is going to increase, and you're going to put in more of an effort for the next 2 weeks. If you put in more of an effort for the next 2 weeks, you're going to make even quicker and better progress, and you're going to achieve your goal in the quickest time frame possible. Now, if you don't do this, what's going to happen is you're going to make little, if any, progress. You're going to fail to make, and if you fail to make quick progress, your motivation might decrease, and more than likely is going to decrease. If your motivation decreases, you'll put in less of an effort. And you will make even slower, if any, progress, or you might even gain weight, or your measurements might be up, or they mightn't go down at all. Make little, if any, progress or gain weight, and your motivations will plummet even more. And if they plummet even more, you would soon give up. So let's say you start off, you put in very little effort. If you don't put in very little effort, I check in with it in 2 weeks, you're not going to make any progress. Or if you do make progress, it's going to be very little. Now, if that happens to you, it's going to have a negative psychological effect on you. Your motivation levels are going to decrease. If that happens, you're going to put in less of an effort for the next 2 weeks. And if you put in less of an effort for the next 2 weeks, you're going to make even slower progress, if you make any progress at all, or you might gain weight. And let's say another 2 weeks pass, I check back in with you, you're at the making fuck all progress, you're at the gaining weight, your motivation is going to plummet. And if your motivation plummets, you're going to give up. You're more than likely going to give up. That's what happens to most people. And when they join a gym in January, 80% of them, they drop out within the first 2 months. Basically, that's what happened. They fail to put in 100% effort. As a result, they don't make quick progress. The motivation levels go down. They put in less of an effort. They make even less progress. And when they make less progress, or they're up on the scales, or their measurements are up, they say, fuck this isn't worth me while, and they give up, and they go back to hating the body, and whatever else comes with that. So that's basically that. Make sure you digest everything I'm saying in this video, and download the slides beneath it. Once you do that, whenever you get the time, go on to the next video, and slowly go through each video on the mindset section before you move on to the nutritional section. So that's basically that. If you have any questions, be sure to send them over to me, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.